This is Gaza, this is Yemen, and over the past few days they've been getting absolutely decimated. One by an occupying entity who's so small you can barely see it on the map. And the second, the US targeting Yemen because the Yemenis decided to try and block cargo ships going through Bab al-Mandab up towards the Suez Canal, into the Mediterranean Sea, and then into European markets. Now let me pose a question to you. If Italy was in Yemen's circumstance, and if Switzerland was in Gaza's circumstance, what would be the reaction from the rest of Europe? Would they sit by idly? Would they call upon the UN? Would they gather together in a meeting and give lip service and pretend like they care and give statements of condemnation? Or would the NATO countries all get together and decisively act there and then? And you see, this is the problem that we have for Gaza. This is the problem that we have for Yemen. Just look at the map. Literally all of these countries here are Muslim. We're meant to be connected by belief. When one part of the Ummah is suffering, the rest of the Ummah feels pain. So naturally, it doesn't take a genius to tell you that you've got Egypt there, you've got Turkey there, you've got Pakistan not too far, you've got Saudi Arabia, you've got the whole Muslim world here. And you're telling me that you can't stop a little arrogant occupying entity, a weak entity, an entity whose existence actually relies on these nations that surround it, because there is these regimes which surround the occupying entity that allow the entity to exist. The same when it comes to Yemen. Why can't we take control of the Red Sea? Why can't we take control of Bab al-Mandab? Look at all the Muslim nations that line up not only the Red Sea, not only the Gulf of Aden, the Arabian Sea. You're telling me that we don't have the capability to repel an enemy? You have the age-old assumption that America will just take us back to the Stone Age if anybody dares try to stand up to it. Actually, the opposite is true. America was only able to invade Iraq with the help of the surrounding nations. America was only able to invade Afghanistan with the help of the surrounding nations. America needs the help of the Muslim regimes to keep control of the Muslim world. So if the power and the strength of the Muslim world comes into the hands of a government, of a system who puts Muslims first rather than American interests first, you would see a rewriting of the map. Make no mistake about it. When you wake up tomorrow morning and Gaza is still burning, Yemen is still burning, just know that it's not because of the occupying entity, and it's not because of America, it's because of the puppet, munafiq, betraying regimes that we have in our own countries that have allowed it to happen, that support it happening, and that are then trying to normalize and increase relationships with the likes of these nations. You want the liberation of Palestine? You want the protection of Yemen? The starting place is that you have a region in the Muslim world who implements the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and whose ideological view and perspective of the rest of the world is through the lenses of Islam. The re-establishment of the Islamic Khilafah is the only viable option for the Muslim world to go to. You continue having monarchies, you continue having Islamic republics, secular nation states, iron-fisted dictators, you're not going to get anywhere. There has only ever been one ideology and one system of governance that united the peoples of Spain to the people in Sindh, and that was the Islamic Khilafah. It ensured the protection and the safety of its citizens, Muslim and non-Muslim. Without the system of governance, we are left helpless. إنما الإمام جنة يقاتل من ورائه ويتقى به.